So if you've been following Toronto real estate news, you've probably heard power of sale listings are on the rise. But what exactly is a power of sale? And why are we seeing more of them? And what does this mean for homeowners and would-be home buyers, actually? So let's break this down. So what is a power of sale? In Ontario, when a borrower stops making mortgage payments, the lender can use a legal tool called a power of sale. This is unlike a foreclosure that you would see more in the United States. The lender doesn't actually take title of the property. Instead, after giving notice and waiting through a 35 to 40-day redemption period, the lender lists the home on the MLS at fair market value. Any surplus after paying off the mortgage, legal fees, and taxes goes right back to the homeowner. But if the sale price is lower than what is owed, then the borrower is still responsible for the shortfall. Because the process is relatively fast and usually within 3 to 6 months and requires the lender to act in good faith, it's the preferred method in enforcing a mortgage in Ontario. Homeowners actually retain the right to catch up on the payments until the sale actually closes. So why are power of sale listings surging? Okay, so first, the pandemic boom encouraged buyers to take out mortgages when the rates were at extreme lows. Many homeowners actually treated their home equity almost like a piggy bank. Okay, so rolling credit card and personal loans into their mortgage. Mortgage balances grew when property values kept on climbing. So fast forward to 2025, and the story looks a lot different. Mortgage rates have more than doubled. Home prices have then plateaued, then fallen, and homeowners can't refinance to pay off these layers of debt. So payments on a $600,000 loan are about $1,400 higher per month than they were 3 years ago. For some, that's simply unaffordable. Second, private lenders are driving much of the increase. So roughly 2/3 of power of sales filings since 2022 have been inflated by private investors rather than major banks. So many of these loans were second mortgages at high interest rates. When the home sells, the primary mortgage and the taxes were paid, first wiping out the smaller private loans and leaving the private lender out of pocket. Finally, broader economic headwinds play a role. Unemployment in the GTA is near 10%. Rents haven't kept pace with borrowing costs. And condo investors with negative cash flows are under pressure. With prices down 20% or more from 2022, from the 2022 peak, even in some areas, even a modest decline can eliminate the homeowner's equity cushion. So how big is the problem? It's important to keep perspective. In September 2025, there was about 225 active power of sales in the GTA, which is up 59% from a year earlier, but still less than 1% of more than 25,000 active listings. So mortgages more than 3 months in arrears represent that 0.16% of all mortgages in Ontario. Okay, so while the trend is meaningful, it doesn't always point to a market collapse, at least not yet. So what does this mean for homeowners? So if you're a homeowner, the best defense is preparation. Okay, your mortgage renews soon, so talk to your lender early. Explore refinancing or selling voluntarily to preserve your equity. And be aware that you have a 35 to 40-day redemption period, okay, after receiving a notice of sale to pay the arrears during that valid time. So you can pay the arrears during that window to stop the process, and consult a lawyer so you understand your rights and deadlines. And definitely avoid taking on additional high interest debt, especially from those private lenders, unless you've carefully actually assessed the risk and have a good exit strategy. So what does this mean for buyers? So if you're a buyer and hoping to buy a power of sale property, be realistic. Ontario doesn't have courthouse auctions with dramatic discounts. Lenders must list at fair market value. Power of sale homes are sold as is, often with limited access for inspection, and the sale can be canceled if the original owner redeems the mortgage. So protect yourself by hiring a realtor experienced in power of sales, in power of sale transactions, conducting a title search, and independent appraisal, okay? And including a redemption clause in your offer. The increase of power of sale listings is a reminder that borrowing against home equity isn't without consequences and it's not risk-free, okay? Especially with those rising interest rates, economic uncertainty, and they can all play a real role. For most of the market conditions remain stable, but households on the edge are feeling the pinch. So stay informed, plan ahead, and seek professional advice and guidance to navigate the GTA's evolving real estate landscape.